Hi, my name is Sean, and this is
Kavan Allen.
Yeah, and we are here just doing this video because we are two concerned men.
Concerned fathers.
Yeah, fathers. We are the fathers of 5 daughters.
5 girls between us.
5 girls thus far. But a couple of days ago though, in all seriousness, we came across a video that has
very concerned.
Very, very, very concerned as a father and as a man, and so we just opted to do this video. We took some time to think about it because if we had responded the same without thinking, it would not be probably appropriate. But before we go into it, I'm gonna take the time just to show you the video so you can see why we are doing this and why we are here. So just take a quick look.
I think it's a fairly popular video, so maybe some have seen it, but for those who haven't,
Alright. Yeah. Here we go. Take a look. Yeah, welcome back. When I first saw that video, I think I couldn't even describe the way I felt. I was angry.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Yeah. Disturbed, and to be honest, I felt a bit hopeless because I just could not understand why that happened somewhere where you think would be a safe place, you know.
Just to kind of walk you through what we just watched. It's fine to mention the name of the artist on the video.
But you see, the thing is, we don't want to get into even the name of the school,
definitely,
or even the name of the artist. So
okay,
let's just say the artist.
As a former, an artist, went to a primary school.
Primary school.
Yeah, primary and junior high.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was a high school, I'd still be very concerned.
Yeah.
But I think it magnifies how frightening this whole thing is, that it's a primary school, and he was doing his most popular song, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a fairly new artist, and the song says, let me try my best. A part of the song says, and I really hope we don't offend anybody by repeating some of these words.
Yeah.
But part of the song
Gotta be real though.
Yeah.
Gotta be real because this is a very serious matter, and this is no laughing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the song actually says, a part of it at the beginning says, cocky over here, cocky over there. I think he edited it for the school, and he said, grab it over here, grab it over there. But as you could see from the video, the students, even
know the real words.
The young ladies,
know the real
primary
words.
school ladies,
man.
know the words. No doubt about that by watching the video. Then he continues. I don't say the first part of the song because it calls his name, so I don't get into that. But then he continues, and this is the most concerning part. He asks, "What she eat?"
Yeah.
And he says, "Cornflakes."
And he paused, right?
Yeah, he pauses.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that because it shows something why he paused, and what we talk about that. But he paused, and the students respond, and body water. Okay, that's what I mean. He says, "What she eat?" And they respond. He says cornflakes, and they respond, and body water. And for those who may not have a clue what that might mean, we generally, normal people, eat cornflakes with milk.
With milk.
whether it be milk powder, cow's milk, whatever. And so there are people that run very crass jokes about a similarity between sperm and milk. And so I guess this artist is saying that a woman would eat cornflakes mixed with his sperm, basically. And for some reason,
I don't see any other way to interpret
no
the
other
phrase
way.
body water.
Body water. Even with cornflakes, if he just said body water, it still would be enough to me. But the fact that he says cornflakes and making the association with milk, which is jokes that I have heard already. People make that association and whatever. So he has this song which had given him some notoriety, and he went to a primary school. And it's bad enough that this is a primary school where students already know the song, because he didn't say it, which shows to me that he thought it wouldn't be appropriate to say it.
Perhaps, okay, fair enough.
So he said, if you watch it, he said it a couple of times, where she eat cornflakes. And so to me, this is my assumption that in a way he said, I never said the inappropriate thing. But I think that what the right thing should have been not to sing the song. The song is completely...
I don't have any... I can't even begin to understand how that song is allowed to be sung in a school. And a primary school.
At that.
And personally, I have nothing against the artists. I understand everyone has a right to sing what they want to sing. But hopefully our artists will understand the importance of understanding place and context and time. What can be done in an adult environment is not what you take into a school. And so that's where I encourage our artists, as best as you can, just be more wise in what you sing and where you sing it.
And I think for us, as we discussed the whole thing, we can't talk 1,010 things, but I think the main thing is Jamaican and our culture, where it is headed, the things that have now become socially accepted.
As a norm.
As the norm.
You know, when I first saw that video, I just picture if it's my daughter's school. And I go there. I can't even imagine my response to my primary school daughter being exposed to that song. And my biggest thing was, when I saw the video, I didn't see any apprehension or concern from those who we trust to raise our children right in the right environment. So I just disturbed, because let's say don't know who the person is, but as them start, them think, cut, you cut.
Take his mic, usher him out.
But I just, and even though I'm smiling, to be very honest, it hurt me so to a core, because it's like when authority sanction these things, it legitimizes the message. And what kind of message are we sending to our children? It just, I don't know words.
Yeah, because if I can go to school, it's bad enough I already know the song. But if I can go to school and an artist comes to my school and we sing these, the song in front of teachers at school, you're saying to me that it is okay. And I mean, I hope we understand that when you desensitize people to sex and sexual activity, that it will lead to engaging in these type of sexual acts. And from that age, at least, I mean, if their parents are in their home environment, it is something that they see. There are certain institutions that it's important for them to say, listen, while this is something that you're exposed to, it is not something that you accept as okay, especially at this stage of your life. And school has to be one.
I'm angry.
School has to be one.
Angry. The sexualization of our children has to stop.
Yeah.
Has to stop. I have seen the damage that this and other things do to our youth. And we say more, when we see our youth engaging in sex, we ridicule them. But we are the ones who have sown the seeds. So we are now reaping what we sow. And we are sexualizing our children. It has to stop.
And we don't see the connections, because some will think that nothing is wrong. But yet when you see a video of a high schooler engaging in sex in the bathroom. Holy, that's a lot of ridicule. If you see a 14-year-old pregnant, we don't look at them as responsible. We don't look at them as whatever.
But bro,
we don't see the connection.
If the day after this, a primary school young boy, right, see a girl and say, yo, come for body water. You can't, like, what? You are the ones who has trained him to think that way. And if the authority, if governmental institutions, if we as a society legitimizes this message and it's a free-for-all thing, then what can we expect to happen?
Yeah, and as I said, it's better than a school or schools. In our culture, holistically, we are now accepting of many things that a few years ago we would definitely make a differentiation between what is appropriate, what is age appropriate, you know, and it's time for us to get to a place where we protect the children, where it's not just the school, but even the artists would say, listen, I cannot expose children to this. This is not for... When I wrote this song, it was not for children to sing, to clap to bust blank offer, you know, because I'm protecting the children.
Let me tell you.
Everybody in our society have to think.
Let me tell you.
Protecting our children.
As a father, when I saw that video, I was so distressed because I know the power of music. If I remember correctly, the root meaning of the word music is muse, right? To make think. And we are told, you know, in scripture that as a man thinketh, so is he. So music shapes our thinking, and our thoughts shape who we are and our actions. And so if we train our children along these lines, we are setting them up for destruction and failure. They aren't emotionally, physically, any able to handle sexual activity now. And we keep doing it over and over again, yet expect to see a different result. We have to take responsibility. That means goes cross-culturally. In buses, in taxis, in any public space, we have to act in the best interest of our children. Now, if there is an adult entertainment going on, man, that's your choice, okay? It's up to us parents to not allow our child to go in that environment. But in a public domain, in a primary school, where I would send my child to be educated and have them exposed to that.
And if they were to say, I'm going to a thing at school or after school,
they have an event. I am not thinking that. And
I'm happy that you mentioned the buses, the taxis. It has to be a thing, as I said earlier. We are protecting our children. And bus driver to think like this, taxi, because we are all entrusting our children in your
with the responsibility.
Yeah. And there are some choices that children have made because of interaction in some of these areas, because somebody dropped the ball. And you see, I know this case is something that many persons are talking about because of just the lewdness of the song. But I think schools and other institutions have been used as a platform for not just artists but people in general to send all kind of message for their own building of the name, the brand, or whatever. And it just has to stop. It just and I don't want to just put it on just the school alone. The school holds a big responsibility.
It's a culture.
Individually,
it's a culture. Even in our advertising, our marketing, there seems to be a lack of respect for children and women. You know, and we have it has gotten so normal that people are even afraid to speak out of fear. And I'm saying, as a father, as a man, I have the responsibility to protect not just my daughters, but every daughter. Because I would not want my child to be in that environment, being influenced to talk about conflicts and body water. And again, this is just a platform to share our thoughts and to challenge each adult man. Take responsibility. If something is wrong, speak out. Let us not accept it. I believe that the vast majority of Jamaicans, whether church or unchurched, have a desire to protect our children. They are one of our most precious gifts, and it's our God-given role, especially as men, to protect them. We are the ones who are to be the agents of change. We cannot accept things as norm, and we're not boxing no food out of a man's mouth. But we have a responsibility. and we will be agitating further in whatever forum or means necessary until this message gets across, because we cannot afford for this to continue. Our children are under serious pressure. Many are being abused. Many are being just daily, routinely violated. It has to stop. And this will get worse, because was done in what I would perceive to be a safe place, which wasn't.
It's a primary school that I know is doing well, and I don't want to make it look, don't want it to look as if they are holistically bad. But they've dropped the ball, they made a huge blunder, and just as how their message, what they did could send the message to children, not just at the school, but just all over, that this is an okay message. Somebody has to stand up and say, no, this is wrong. And I'm hoping that the students who experience this and were jumping and singing and having a grand time can hear somebody say to them, no, that wasn't appropriate. And children all over to hear that when you go to school, this type of message is not something for you to cheer for. The fact that they can cheer for it shows that the society. Because there was a time when you hear certain arguments as a child, you just know, say, no, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. When must say no?
You walk away, you can't talk. Worse, in the company of adults, you just humble yourself. But bro, what do you think are some of the solutions? What can we do, like, as a solution to address this attack upon the minds of our children, especially our females?
I think what we're doing now is important, because the negative messages are coming in waves from all angles, and they are being repeated, and you hear them reinforced. So I think it is necessary for people who know what the right thing is to speak out in as much forums as they can. But I also think that we have to engage the youth from a young age to kind of teach, mentor, help to see what right is, because they reproduce what they learn. And so even we have to realize that in certain areas of our society, some of these things are just the culture. Just the norm.
But sometimes I think we do things to appease people, not knowing the effects. And I think we have to agitate for change, where in every public sphere that what is said, what is pronounced is wholesome or healthy. Because at the end of the day, we as a people, we will have to reap what we sow, and I am tired of our children, our women, our young girls being exploited, being sexualized, where they can't even walk on the road and a man not touch and not grab them. Why? Because we have trained our young men mind to see women as some form of sex objects. So we are creating the mindsets of rapists, because what we see portrayed is women not as human beings of value, but someone to be conquered and daggered. So then how can we expect young men who grew up being trained everywhere they go, they hear this over and over again, they must produce what we have sown in them.
And their self-worth is defined by how many women they can have, who they have sex with, how they scream when they have sex with them, and these are how we have trained them, and that's how we value them. If you cannot, you're a bait. If you do that, you're a boss, and
the girl know her value is tied to her beauty, her figure. It's okay if the man have 10 girls as long as you are the wife. Like what that mean? Who no care tell my daughter that? See, it upset me, man.
No, it's true.
It upset me. And like, a woman is not her beauty, is not her complexion, is not her figure, is not much man like her. She is valuable in and of by herself, because she was made in the image and likeness of God.
I want to tell you, not to digress, but I just can't imagine somebody saying, when the Bible talked about some great men, Solomon, David, having multiple wives. And just in case somebody is hearing this and thinking that, I want to make the point that God showed us a blueprint from the beginning.
In the origin.
It was Adam and Eve, not Adam, Eve, Keisha. Doreen, Susan, Suzette. And as the world expanded, and because of sin, we see, man, there was never a time.
Wasn't God's plan,
You see God saying, this is not my plan.
Wasn't God's will,
was never God's plan. And just as in scripture it said that Moses gave a bill of divorcement because of the hardening of the heart. You see, sometimes that God, it wasn't God's plan. Moses did it because men's heart was hard. So if their heart wasn't hard, it wouldn't have been done. And so,
good point.
Many wives, I think, is one of that. And sometimes the Bible instructs you, but sometimes the Bible is also just showing you what happened.
Okay.
And so this, because it has been quoted in the Bible that this man had many wives. We think the Bible is not
wasn't a prescribed behavior.
It wasn't a prescribed behavior. It was just telling you what happened. And just let us know that before we said that the Bible did say, and use that as a thing.
I want to speak to parents and fathers. I ask you, our children, they did not ask to be there. No child asked to be here. It's we go for them and bring them come. You know, we did an activity that produced children, and we have a responsibility to act in their best interest, whether in the home or anywhere. And let us do our part to give them a chance to be successful. Let us protect them. We all know that we ourselves might have issues, but our issues don't have to be their issues. You know, so therefore, even in the home, know what they watch, know what they read, know who their friends are, who are the ones who are influencing them. If they have a tablet, what's on the tablet? What are they listening to? Because they are our responsibility. And I am tired. I am tired of speaking and seeing young women in particular with I can't begin to even explain what they are going through, because those adults, we adults, are not taking responsibility for their protection. And it may be a challenge, but we have this responsibility. And I have decided, you know what, no more. I am going to act in the best interest of this generation. We don't care about popularity, likes, don't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm a father. And once you are a father, you are the father of many. Many. So I challenge us as parents, let us get our act together. Educational institutions, governments, entertainers, come on, man. We can partner together and create a Jamaica healthy for our children.
Let's fight for our children. Let us think, will this benefit our children and the children of the nation? And let that be what is the deciding factor to what we put out there for just our children in general, and how we behave, how we act. And you know, entertainers, again, I want to ask you, let us know what song is for what audience.
Be wise, man. Be wise, be wise, be wise, you know. Because at the end of the day, words are powerful. Words have life, man. You know, we grew up saying something like sticks and stones may break bones, words don't hurt.
I reshape it and I say sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can shape my destiny.
Man.
And so I rewrote that because I realized that words are more important and powerful than sticks and stones.
Many of us now are living out words spoken over us or to us years ago. Come on, we are carrying words of those who have said things either to us or about us. And so we have to be very careful the words that we use speaking
even in
songs, you know, about our children. And so that's my thing, man. I am glad I took some time to think before I came on the video, because let me tell you, man, my head made it angry, made it really angry. It showed me to the very core of my life, you know, because what I saw is not the Jamaica that I want us to grow up in.
And I want to I think one of my final point will be those with a positive message.
Keep on saying.
Target the schools.
Yeah, man. Please.
I think sometimes we who, not just music, but whether it be just fathers that just feel like I just want to remind the youngsters something good, wholesome. You know, go for it. Sometimes we only allow people with the negative to use up these opportunities. So I want to remind, encourage the churches, and other institutions that are for the forward positive movement of young people, parents who, you know, there's something that you see that can really benefit the class that your son and your daughter is in. Ask for 5 minutes to share. The more they hear the positive thing, it reinforces in their mind. So I just want to ask those with a positive message whatever the forum, to use up the opportunity that a school might give you to share it.
My last thing is, our young people have issues, that is clear. But let us not see them based on what they do, but who they are. They have value, and they need love, they need discipline, they need mentoring, they need people who are really committed, whose heart is authentic, and just serve and mentor them. It's not beyond hope. Let us do our best to put our young people in the best possible way to be successful.
Thank you guys for your time.
Man, God bless.
Yeah, man, God bless you, man.
Hey, see you again soon. Hopefully this time with a better subject. Take care, man. God bless.
God bless.